So now let us learn about the types of leaves, children. So leaves can be divided into two. One is simple leaf and the other one is the compound leaf. So we learned about the different parts of the leaf. We learned about the venation, and now we are going to learn about the types of leaf. എന്തെല്ലാം തരത്തിലാണ് leaves ഒരു പ്ലാന്റിൽ ഉണ്ടാവുക. Okay, so usually leaves are of two type. One is simple leaf and the other one is the compound leaf. Now this compound leaf can again be divided into two, which is pinnately compound leaf and the other one is palmately compound leaf. So we will learn about each of them in detail now. So if you take the first one, which is the simple leaf. So here the leaf lamina is entire. What is leaf lamina? It is the leaf blade, right? So it will have one complete leaf lamina, or when incissions are there, they do not touch the midrib. You can see it here. In the case of hibiscus, you can find cuts in the margins, right? So these cuts are called as incisions. Okay, so it can be either entire, complete ആയിരിക്കും, full structure complete ആയിരിക്കും, or else when there is incision means cut, that time this cut will not touch the midrib. Okay, so it will not touch the midrib, it is seen only in the margin portion. You can see it here, this cut is not reaching near the midrib. So such an arrangement is called as simple leaf. Okay, now let us learn about the compound leaf. So here the incisions of the lamina will reach up to the midrib, breaking it into number of leaflets. You can see it here. So this is the midrib portion of the leaf, and the incisions, the cut has reached the midrib itself. Okay, midrib nu vare aa kattatti ഓരോരോ ലീഫിനും it has turned into many leaflets. So this is a leaflet, this is a leaflet, this is a leaflet, this one is a leaflet, and this one is a leaflet. Okay, so the incisions of the lamina will reach up to the midrib and break into number of leaflets. So here midrib is this portion. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ ഇൻസിഷൻസ് ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ ഈ മിഡ്രിബ് വരെ എത്തി ഈ ഓരോരോ മീൻ ഈച്ച് ഓഫ് ദീസ് ഇൻസിഷൻസ് വിൽ ടേൺ ഇൻ ടു നമ്പർ ഓഫ് ലീഫ്ലെറ്റ്സ്. Understood it? And if you take the difference between the simple leaf and compound leaf, we are able to find a bud in the axial of petiole in simple and compound leaf. We are able to find the bud portion in both simple and compound leaf, but not in the axial of leaflets of the compound leaf. Leaflets എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഈ ഓരോരോ ലീഫും. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ എൻഡ് പോർഷനിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ബേസ് പോർഷനിൽ we will not see the that is the bud, but it is seen in the axial portion of the petiole. So this is the petiole, and e petiole na axis portion we are able to find bud, but we cannot find a bud in the axial part of the leaflet. This is the axial part of the leaflet. So this is one leaflet, so we cannot find the bud here, but it is found in the axial of the petiole. Understood it? So now let us learn about the two types of compound leaves. One is pinnately compound leaf and the other one is palmately compound leaf. So first, if we take the case of the pinnately compound leaf, in this pinnately compound leaf, a number of leaflets are present on a common axis. This is the common axis, and we see number of leaflets present on this common axis, and the common axis is called as rachis. Okay, rachis is the name of the common axis of the pinnately compound. Dear children, in compound leaves, the incision will reach near the midrib and they give rise to number of leaflets, right? And in compound leaves, we can again divide into pinnately compound leaf and palmately compound leaf. So in the case of this pinnately compound leaf, we see a number of leaflets are present on a common axis. We have a common axis here, and this common axis is called as rachis. Okay, and this represents the midrib of the leaf. So this is considered as the midrib of the pinnately compound leaf. So example of plants which have this leaves are rose, neem, etc. Okay, and when you come to the case of the palmately compound leaf, in this the leaflets are attached at a common point. You can see it here. All the leaflets are attached at a common point at the tip of the petiole. Okay, so this is the tip of the petiole, and from the tip portion there are many leaflets which are arising from there. An example of such a such a palmatic compound leaf is silk cotton. Okay, you can see this here, right? So you can see number of leaflets which arises from the tip of the petiole. Okay, so this is about pinnately compound leaf and palmately compound leaf. Now let us move on to the next part, which is called as the phyllotaxy. Okay, so we learnt about the parts of the leaf, venation, types of venation, and now let us see about the phyllotaxy. Okay, so phyllotaxy is nothing but it is the arrangement of leaves on the stem or branches. So we saw venation, it is the arrangement of veins and veinlets on the lamina of leaf, right? And we saw the type of leaves also in the plants. Now we are going to learn about the pattern of arrangement of leaves on the stem or branch. ഒരു സ്റ്റെമ്മിലോ ഒരു ബ്രാഞ്ചിലോ എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഈ ലീഫ് അറേഞ്ച് ആയിട്ടുള്ളത്. So that we are going to learn in this part. Okay, so that is called as phyllotaxy. So it is the pattern of arrangement of leaves on the stem or branch. So it is of three types. One is alternate, the other one is opposite, and the other one is whorled. Okay, so there are three types of phyllotaxy which is seen in the plants. So what is phyllotaxy? It is the arrangement of leaves on the stem or branch. Okay, know that leaves arrange from the nodes, but we don't know the pattern of arrangement of leaves on the stem or branch. So it is of three pattern. One is alternate, and the other one is opposite, and then the whorled. So let us first see the alternate leaf. So in this, a single leaf arises at each node in alternate manner. A single leaf will arise at each node. You can see there are different nodes in this structure, right? So each of them will give rise to a new leaf, and they are present in alternate manner. Okay, അപ്പോൾ ഒന്ന് വന്ന് അതിനുശേഷം കുറച്ച് സ്പേസ് കുറച്ച് ഇന്റർനോഡ്സ് വന്ന് again alternatively they have the other node, and it moves up, and again alternatively it has the other node. Okay, അപ്പോൾ ഒരു സൈഡ് മാത്രമല്ല രണ്ട് ഡയറക്ഷനിലും we are able to, that is on both side of the stem, we are able to find the leaves, and they arise alternatively. Example is China rose, mustard, and sunflower. Please, if you have hibiscus plant in your home, just go through the stem portion. You will see that the leaf will arise at each node in alternate manner. This is about the alternate phyllotaxy. Now coming to opposite phyllotaxy, in this a pair of leaves arise at each node. So what happens? A pair of leaf is arising. You can see a pair. Pair means two leaves are arising from each node. Okay, so they are lying opposite to each other. They are very opposite to each other. And example of the opposite phyllotaxy are Calotropis and Guava. So you would have seen guava plant, right? So if you see the leaf of that guava plant, you will be able to find that a pair of leaves are arising from the they are arising at the each node, and they lie opposite to one another. Okay, so they are not alternatively. If one leaf arises from the this node, another leaf will arise opposite to the other one. Okay, so this is called as opposite phyllotaxy. And coming to the last one, which is the whorled phyllotaxy. So in this, more than two leaves arise at a node and form a whorl. You can see it here. So we are able to find more than two leaves which arise at the node, and they form a whorl-like structure. Okay, and example is the Alstonia. This is how the leaves of whorled phyllotaxy will be. They will have more than two leaves which arise from a node and forms a whorl. And example is Alstonia. Okay, and this is how the arrangement of leaves will be. You can see this picture also. 4 leaves which arises from one single node. Okay, Now let us move on to the next part, children. Let us learn about modifications of leaf. So we learnt about modifications of stem, then roots also. Now we are going to learn about modifications of leaf. So how are leaves modified? Leaves are modified to perform functions other than photosynthesis. We know that they are the main organs for photosynthesis, but along with photosynthesis they also carry out other functions. Okay, so we will be learning how they act as tendrils, how they help as spines, and how they are forming fleshy leaves. Okay, so one by one let us learn about it. First one is the tendril. So this tendrils are structures. You know what are tendrils, right? So these in some plants tendrils are formed, that is the leaves are modified to tendrils. We saw about the tendrils of stem, right? Stem tendrils form the axillary bud is turning into tendril and it provides support. Same way in some plants the leaf will turn into tendrils, will get modified into tendrils to perform certain functions. Okay, and in that these tendrils are the one which helps in climbing of the plant. Example, in peas, in the case of peas, they have tendrils which helps them to climb. So the leaf is modified as tendrils in the case of peas. Then the other modification which we see is the spines, which is present in the cacti plant. Okay, and why are these spines present? It is for defense, and same way it will prevent transpiration. So in plants like cactus, leaves are modified into spines. Okay, and these spines are the one who provide defense to the plant, right? And why do they have such spines? It is to prevent excess transpiration process. Okay, now coming to the next one, which is the fleshy leaves. So in some plants, stems are modified to fleshy leaves to store food. Why do they have fleshy leaves? It is to store food. An example of such fleshy leaves are onion and garlic. So the outermost part is the scale of the onion and inner are the fleshy leaves. So നമ്മൾ എടുക്കുന്ന ഓണിയനിൽ ഉള്ളിലുള്ള എല്ലാ പോർഷൻസും they are all fleshy leaves. And in the case of garlic also same thing. The outermost part is the scaly structure and the inner portion it contains the store food. So example of the fleshy leaves are onion and garlic. Now let us learn about modification which we see in Australian acacia. Okay, so this acacia, these leaves in the acacia are small and short-lived. Okay, so they live for a very short period. So this is the Australian acacia. So this plant's leaf are small, they are very small and they are short-lived also. Okay, and their petioles will extend and become green and synthesize food. So their leaf will fall away after some time and they are very small also. So what happens, the modified leaf stalk or the petiole will help in carrying out food production process. Why? Because their leaves are small and they are short-lived, so their petioles will expand and they become green and they synthesize food. This is about the modification of leaves to carry out different processes. Now coming to the last one, some of the leaves of some insectivorous plants like picture plant, then Venus flytrap, they modify their leaves to structures which can trap insects. You can see here, this is picture plant. It is forming a pit-like structure and a lead-like structure, and this is formed with the help of the leaf. So leaves of some insectivorous plants are also modified to catch the insects. Okay, this is picture plant and this is the Venus flytrap. So you can see their leaves are modified in such a way that they can trap the insects when they come near the plant. Okay, so this is how the leaves are modified to carry out different functions in different plants, children. So all these modifications, they are not seen in all the plants. The modifications, they depend on different plants and it is different in different plants. Okay, children.